Welcome, everybody, to Falcon Gymnasium. It is home of the Class B-5 Subdistrict boys basketball, as we already had one game play earlier today. If you missed that and want to see who is going to move on to play tomorrow night against the winner of the game that is about to be played, you can certainly go back. But spoiler alert, DC West was able to win handily over the Schuyler Warriors. But now we have a much tougher team face off as Mount Michael and the Wahoo Warriors teams face off, and winner moves on to play at 6 o'clock tomorrow against DC West, and we're looking forward to it. Again, I want to say thank you to all the sponsors like we have been all night. We actually have sponsors for both the DC West and Wahoo scrolling there, again, supporting local activities, athletes, and just again, thank you to everybody who has been a part of this. And if you want to learn more, you can always go to bsdnlive.com and click the Contact Us link and learn more about all of that. So let's take a quick look at the teams here. Starting off with Mount Michael, they're overall 13-9 for the season, and their district is 0-2. That puts them the third place position for district finals here, or sub-districts. The overall Nebraska ranking is 41. Wahoo is the second team in the district, a second seed, even though they have a higher Nebraska rating than DC West. Their overall is 19-4. District is 1-0, where DC West had a 20-3 overall season. But yeah, the Nebraska ranking 10th place overall, so really in a good position there. So as we get ready to go, we will be bringing you the coverage here all night long. Again, tomorrow we'll be back with the game that puts the winners against each other, and then that will then say, where do they go from there? We'll be able to see on the trek towards state who is able to top and continue on. So DC West and Wahoo both have bumped up this year into Class B. I was talking with the activities director for DC West, looking at the future. We'll see where these teams land. I know last night we were at Omaha Concordia, and they were very grateful that none of these teams are in Class C1, at least for this year. So let's go ahead and jump in and start taking a look at the starting lineups. Again, I want to say congratulations to the teams for working hard to get to this point. So we have the Warriors versus the Knights. Starting off with, we'll start talking about Mount Michael Knights coaching staff. Head coaches Ryan Salzman, assistant coach Emmanuel Bryson, Matt Wingett, Austin Holtz, and Nick Bowe. Athletic trainer Jen Carta and Matt Lutell. Let's go ahead and meet the starting lineups right now. For Mount Michael, starting things off with number 3, Paxton Theis. He's a sophomore, 5'9" sophomore. And then we have a 6'1" sophomore, Miles Weeble. Sophomore, 6'1", Connor Saul. Another sophomore, 6 foot, Griffin Snyder. And then one senior on the starting lineup and one senior on the entire team, a 6'5", Kyle Overhuft. So again, a very young team that we'll be taking a look at. There's one senior, one junior, Noah Stricklet. The rest are sophomores and a couple of juniors, or a couple of freshmen there. Now we turn over to the Warriors. Starting off with Kip Brigham, the 5'10" junior. Cody Hesser, the 6'5" junior. The senior, Dylan Simons, 6'5". The junior, 5'10", Jace Kaminsky. And another junior, 6'4", Eli Shaga. head coach is Mike Bummer. Tip off. Kaminsky with the ball. Sends it forward to Brigham. Brigham drives in, puts the first points up on the board for the first two. Michael gets it in, passes underneath, but stripped away by Brigham. Brigham brings it across the timeline. Kaminsky on the near side. Back to Brigham to the top. Over to, tries to get it in underneath to Simons, who gets fouled. So that's the first team foul, first personal foul for Saul. Gets it in underneath and puts it up and able to get it in for two. The Knights get it across the timeline, go to the far side. Driving in, puts it up and a little too strong, but a rebound goes in and is able to drop. Hesser at the top of the key, brings it over to Simons. Simons gets it in underneath to Kaminsky. Kaminsky tries to pass it in and tries to get it to Hesser driving in, but not able to keep it in bounds. Turnover to the Knights. Knights get it across the timeline. On the near side, Saul. Saul gets it on a three-point attempt from the right wing, a little strong. Rebound is by Shada. Shada gets it up forward to Brigham. Brigham gets it out to Simon. Simon stops, sends it out. Hesser then gets it back over to Shada. Two points there. Full court press. Knights on the far side. Get over to Snyder. Snyder drives in and puts it up a little too strong. Goes out of bounds. Hesser tries to get the rebound, but goes out of bounds off of the Warriors. So the Knights maintain possession. 6-2 with 5:49 left in the first period. Inbound and stolen by Simons. Simons going in and tries for the layup and gets fouled. So that is a shooting violation. So that sends Dylan Simons to the free throw line. First attempt is up and good. That foul goes against Thies. First personal foul, second team foul. Second attempt is up, and that is good. 8-2. The Knights get it across the timeline, send it to the far side. Back to the top of the key. All the way to the right wing with a three-pointer, and Snyder able to drop that one. Three-point attempt from the Warriors side. It bounces out. Rebound. Comes to the near side. Three-point attempt, and that one rims out. Taken by Hesser. Hesser on the move. Hands off. I believe that's Kaminsky for two. 10-5. 5 minutes left of the first period. Moving across. Poole gets it over the near corner. Smith, actually that's Saul, gets it to the top of the key for Snyder. Snyder back out as Thies gets it back over to Willow. Willow tries a jumper and bounces around and is able to get it to drop in. Kaminsky gets it across the timeline. Comes in near corner for Hesser. Hesser gets back out to Christian. And block with a 2-point jumper, and it bounces out. Turns over to the Knights. The Knights drive in. Into the paint, goes up, and gets fouled on the way up. Simons with his first foul. And that sends Griffin Snyder to the foul line for 2 attempts. First attempt is up, and that one is short.
And for the Warriors, 15, Ethan Raby. And for the Knights, number 2, Jack Burke. Number 23, Will Sheeler.
Looking for the next attempt. Free throws up, and that one bounces around and rattles in. So 50% on the free throw line. Simons with the ball at the timeline, gets it across to the left wing, gets it to Hesser. Hesser looks to drive into the paint, stops and puts it up, not able to get it. Rebound by Olderholt.
Knights basketball.
Gets it over to Burke. Burke trying to get it across the timeline, goes out of bounds off of the Warriors, stays with the Knights. Burke looking to inbound. Gets it into Snyder. Snyder going across the top of the key to the right wing. Back over to Thies. Thies hands it off to Schreiber. Gets back to Burke. Burke goes up and a rebound by Dylan Simons. Dylan Simons sends it forward to Christian. Christian. Get back over to Raby. Then Glock tries to pass it inside. Gets in there and Thies struggle before the Knights try to goes up, but gets blocked out of bounds. Stays with the Knights. 3:21 left in the first period, 10-8. Warriors with the lead. Passes it out to Olderoff. Hands it back over to Burke. Burke driving to the far corner. Ends up going out of bounds, losing control, turns over to the Warriors.
Into the Knights, number 10, Miles Newell.
Christian inbounds to Raby. Raby gets across the timeline, hands it over to Simons. Simons at the top of the key, looking to drive into paint, sends it back to Shada. Shada back over to Raby. Raby with a nice 2-point hook shot, able to get that in. Comes across for the Knights of the right wing. At the top of the key, looking to drive in. Back at the top of the key, goes to the left wing. Driving into the paint. With hesitant, tries to put it up, not able to get it go in, and Warriors able to rebound, move forward. Back out to a 2-point, but Simon's able to be underneath the basket and able to put that up for the rebound. 14-8, 2:20 left in the first period. From the left corner to the top of the key. The Knights looking to drive in. Burke gets it over to Schreiber. Schreiber hands it off to Saul. Saul driving into the paint and loses it. Simon able to send it forward and gets it over to Christian, who gets fouled, but not on the shot attempt. So that is a floor foul. So third team foul, first personal foul for Whipple. Warriors get to inbound. 14-8, minute 58 left in the first period. Kaminsky inbounds to Brigham back to Kaminsky. Kaminsky to Hesser. Hesser with a three-point attempt, and that one's just a little long. Rebound by the Knights. Knights get across the timeline. To the near corner, drives in, and puts it up and able to get that one to drop. That was Jack Burke who was able to put that one in for 2 points. 14-10. Brigham gets it over to Rady. Rady to Kaminsky. Kaminsky with a three-point and is able to drain that one. Slowing it down, the Knights. Willow looking for instructions to set up the offense. Drives in, stops, looking for help. Gets into the paint, turnaround jumper, is able to get that one to drop in. Brigham brings it across the timeline and is on the right wing. Gets to the top of the key for Kaminsky. Kaminsky looks to drive in. Goes up and gets blocked, and that block is by Olderhoft. Out of bounds off of the Knights, so the Warriors maintain possession. 43.9 seconds left of the first period. Warriors with a 17-12 lead. Inbound to Hesser. Hesser sends it to Brigham on, gets it underneath to Kaminsky, who puts it up for 2. Willow looking for assistance from the coach before getting across the timeline. Gets across just in time. Sets up the offense. Goes over to Burke. Burke gets it back out to Snyder. Snyder at the top of the key, looking to drive in, hands it over to Burke. Burke drives in, puts it up, and rims it back out. Rebound by Brigham, and he ends up getting a jump ball, and the call goes over to the Knights. So stays with Mount Michael. 6.5 seconds left of the first period, 19-12. Whipple looking to inbound. 6 seconds once the ball gets on the court, sends it all the way out to Olderhoff. 4 seconds left. Three-point jumper from Snyder, bounces out, and that is the end of the first quarter. Wahoo leads 19-12 over Mount Michael. Winner of this game gets to play tomorrow at 6 o'clock against DC West, who is able to move on as they face off against Schuyler. As all these teams want to continue on as they don't want to get eliminated. It's a single game elimination as we head towards district finals and state coverage. We'll continue to bring you coverage for Wahoo, for DC West, for Omaha Concordia as far as they go. Again, I want to say thank you to all the sponsors. You can see sponsors in the upper left-hand corner is actually DC West sponsors. In the upper right-hand corner is our Wahoo sponsors. I want to say thank you to all of them for being a part of our broadcast and, of course, assisting and being able to impact the lives and the access to technologies and things like that for our students and our athletes. All right, we're about ready to get started on the second period. Warriors with possession. Brigham in the right wing, comes across, gets to Hesser. Hesser looks to get underneath to Simons. Simons dribbles but loses the control of it and goes out of bounds. Turnover. It's a rare turnover for Simons to send it over to the Knights. Snyder for the Knights bounces it in to Willow. Willow again looking for setup of the offense. Gets a screen to the right wing. Tries to get in underneath and is not able to get it in, but bounces out to the top of the key. Driving it in and not able to get the pass to go. Warriors take it over. Kaminsky sends it into Simons. Simons, bounce pass underneath to Brigham, but just a little off, and it bounces off his leg out of bounds. Willow receives, sends it back over to Snyder, gets it across the timeline for the Knights. Hands it off to Oderhoff. Oderhoff back to Willow. Willow drives in, sends it to the far side. Top of the key for Snyder, who drives in, not able to get it to drop. Simons sends it over to Brigham. Brigham gets his own rebound. Hesser back to Brigham. Brigham dribbles, goes back out to Kaminsky at the top of the key. Kaminsky sets up the offense. Back over to Hesser on the right wing. Hands it off to Simons. Simons looking for help, tries to bounce pass in. Too many Knights there.
Knights pass the ball.
As Thies tries to get it across the timeline, Hesser comes in and knocks it out of bounds, so it stays with the Knights. 19-12, 6:29 left in the first half. Inbound goes to Willow. Willow setting up the offense. Sends across to the left wing to Saul. Saul gets it in underneath, back out to the right wing. Thies drives in, and then goes out, and I believe that was Saul trying to come in, but first foul comes with a Warrior foul. And that's the second personal foul that Dylan Simons has for the game. 6:12 left in the first half. 19-12, Warriors lead over the Knights. Sends out all the way to the top of the key. Looking to drive in to the right wing. Underneath at the paint, and a turnaround jumper, just a little hard. Gets it forward to Kaminsky. Kaminsky to Brigham. Brigham with the drive, slows down. Back out to Glock. Glock with a three-point attempt and bounces across. And we have a bit of a goaltending situation, pushing off in order to get that rebound. So that is a foul against the Knights. So it stays for the Warriors, and the shot clock resets. Kaminsky sends out to Hesser. Hesser to Brigham. Brigham gets it back to Kaminsky on the left wing. Kaminsky picks it up, three-point shot, and is able to drain that one.
Kaminsky, 2 points.
Willow across the timeline, sends it over to Snyder. Snyder for the Knights gets it to Saul. Saul back to Willow. Willow driving in, looking for help. Gets all the way across to the near side for Thies. Thies goes underneath for Oderhoff. Oderhoff gets fouled as he's underneath the basket. So it's the second team foul, first personal foul for Cody Hesser. There's a floor foul, so no free throws on that yet, and only the second team foul. 5:23 left of the first half. 21-12, Warriors with the lead. Sends it out to the top of the key, trying to drive in, picks it up back out to Burke. Burke gets it over to Snyder. Snyder drives into the paint, rims out, rebound by Christian. Christian gets it over to Kaminsky, who gets it across the timeline. Kaminsky sends it to Glock on the right wing, back out to the top of the key for Kaminsky. Kaminsky, bounce pass underneath to Brigham, but Jack Burke gets a hand on it and sends it back out of bounds, so it stays with the Warriors. 16 seconds on the shot clock, 4:54 left in the first half, 21-12, Warriors with the lead. Hesser gets out to Kaminsky. Kaminsky dribbles across the top of into the paint, picks it up, and does a jumper and able to get that one to drop for two. Across the top of the key. Saul trying to drive in and gets bumped, and that is a foul against Kaminsky.
On the Warriors, number 13, Jason Kaminsky. First personal.
So his personal foul, third team foul for the second period. Warriors able to get their hand in, gets it forward to Hesser. Hesser drives in, not able to get his drop. Knights with a rebound. On the attack is Burke. Drops it and goes down the ground, picking up and is able to get it over to Snyder. Snyder to Saul. Saul drives into the paint, a little too hard. Rebound by Glock. Glock for the Warriors, gets across the timeline to the near side. Going across the top of the key over to Kaminsky. Kaminsky with a long three. Just drains that one. 26-12. Over to the near side. The Knights back to the top of the key. To the right wing, trying to drive in. Bounce pass underneath. Good pass over to the near side. Three-point attempt, and that one bounces out. And Glock with a rebound. Hands it off to Kaminsky. Kaminsky sends forward to Hesser. Hesser drives in and gets fouled. And they are calling that a shooting foul, so he's going to the foul line for 2 attempts. That is the first personal foul for Kyle Oderhoft. So Cody Hesser gets 2 attempts at the foul line. First attempt is up, and that one's a little strong. Bounces out. Cody Hesser with 1 more attempt. It's up, and that one also strong, but rebound. The rebound was by Christian. Gets it back out to Simons. Simons gets it to Christian. Christian over to Glock with a three-pointer. That one drops. 29-12. And that is a timeout. Timeout called by the Knights. 3:15 left of the first half. The Warriors leading 29-12. The winner of this game plays DC West tomorrow at 6 o'clock. I want to say thank you to the sponsors. You can see them in the upper right-hand corner and upper left-hand corner. So the upper left-hand corner actually are sponsors for the Falcons, as they are a host school here. Upper right-hand corner are sponsors for the DC West Warriors. If you want to learn about how to be a part of everything, you can certainly go to bsdnlive.com. Click on the Contact Us link. We'd love to be able to speak with you on these things. All right, so here we go. Coming out of the timeout. Knights go to the far side, gets it underneath, trying to drive in. Burke gets blocked. Warriors on the attack, pulls back, gets it over to Simon. Simon's trying to drive into the paint, gets it over. And Christian with a long three, it's a little too long. Rebound by the Knights. Knights pull back. Burke comes across the top of the key, sends it to the near side to Snyder. Snyder gets it in underneath to Oderhoff. Oderhoff turning around, trying to get it up, and gets blocked, but also gets fouled.
On the Warriors, number 23, Eli Sheila, first personal, 14 foul.
So that's the 4th team foul. First attempt is up, and that one is good.
And for the Warriors, number 2, Kip Brigham. And for the Knights, number 10, Miles Leewald.
Odo, second attempt up, and that one bounces out. Rebound by Raby. Raby gets it over to Brigham. Brigham sends it to Glock on the near side, gets it to Simon. Simon to Glock. Glock with the three-point attempt is able to drop that one in. 32-13. Burke getting tied up and gets fouled by Brigham. That's the fifth team foul, so that sends Burke to the free throw line for two. 2:12 left of the first half. First attempt is up and good. 32-14. Second attempt, and that is good. 32-15. Warriors with the ball, get it to Brigham. Brigham moving across the timeline. Simons gets it over to back out to Christian. Goes up, back out to Shada. Shada with the three-point attempt. A little long. Brigham with the rebound. Brigham gets it to Simons. Simons driving in. Sends it over. And gets back underneath to Simons. Simons gets fouled. And that's the third team foul. And they're calling that a shooting violation, so that's sending Simons to the free throw line. First personal foul for Jack Burke. First attempt is up, and that one's good. Looks like we have all the starters back in for the Warriors. Next attempt is up, and that one's good for Simons. The Knights move across. Will gets across the timeline. To the right wing, gets it in underneath the Odoff, but not able to get it to go up. Simons with the rebound. So a foul as we're going in. Simons was looking around trying to see what direction to go, and there was a collision there. Second personal foul for Jack Burke. Kaminsky gets it in, goes underneath to Simon, who's able to put it up for two. Tries to get it underneath. Pass is intercepted by Hesser, who is able to go up, slow it up, and put it up for two. Burke with the ball for the Knights, getting across the timeline onto the right wing, goes across the top of the key. Sends it back over to Fields. Fields back to Burke. Burke drives into the paint and not able to get that one to drop. Rebound by Simons. Simons comes across the timeline to the near side. Gets it into Kaminsky. Kaminsky underneath to Simons. Burke taking on Simons. You got to look at this. Burke is 5'9". Simons is 6'5". So Burke going in and being able to battle right there. Inbound by the Warriors. Gets into Brigham. Brigham gets it back over to Kaminsky. Kaminsky to the near corner to Hesser. Hesser back to Kaminsky. Kaminsky on the left wing underneath to Brigham with the free throw line. Able to get that to drop for two. Knights slowing it down. 15 seconds left of the half. Whitwell gets it over to the far side. Burke back to Fields. Simon gets it up and rebound. Brigham with a long shot, just not quite long enough at the buzzer. So the half is done. Warriors with a 40-15 lead over Mount Michael. We're going to take a quick break. We'll take a break as well and come back with more basketball. It is the second half on its way in just a little bit as we have Subdistrict basketball going on. It's game number 2 tonight, Warriors versus the Knights. Winner of this game plays DC West tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Welcome back to DC West Falcon Gymnasium. I'm Kelly Johnson with you. Normally in the Falcon Gymnasium you have Doug and Lisa Garland running the show here, but today I'll be a part of this as this game is the Warriors, Wahoo Warriors. We cover them as well. Usually Saunders County Online, but it's on WDC Any Media. But you can always find them on bsdnlive.com. I want to say thank you to the sponsors. You can see them in the upper right-hand corner for the Wahoo sponsors and the upper left-hand corner for DC West sponsors. Winner of this game will play against DC West, who won earlier, and I believe it was like 61-14 over Schuyler, so they were able to handily win on that one. Well, we're about ready to get the second half started. And we'll be starting things off with the Knights having possession. So Burke sends it in to Wibble. Wibble goes to the far side. Back over to Saul. Saul sends it to Burke underneath, trying to drive into the paint. And as he comes around, he gets fouled. So it didn't take too long to get the first foul in here for the Warriors. And that is a shooting foul, so that's sending Burke to the free throw line. The second personal foul right there for Brigham. First attempt is up, and that one rims out. One more attempt. Goes up, and that one drops in. 40-16. Sends in to Kaminsky, back over to Simons. Simons on the far side, across the timeline. Driving across to the top of the key. Sends it all the way across to Kaminsky. Kaminsky looking at the three-point, is able to send it in and bounces out. Rebound by Brigham. Brigham gets it over Hesser. Hesser to Simons. Simons back to Hesser on the right wing. Hesser looking to drive in. Shada gets it back over to Simons at the free throw line, puts it up, a tough shot, able to get it to sink, 42-16. Burke gets it in for the Knights, driving into the paint, back out. Fields putting it up a little too hard. And a rebound trouble and a foul right there for the Knights, turns over to the Warriors. Shada sends it in to Brigham. Brigham getting across the timeline. Goes to the near side to Kaminsky. Kaminsky gets it underneath to Hesser. Looking for help. Sends it back out to Brigham. Back to Hesser on the right wing. Drives in to the paint. Bounces out. Gets his own rebound. Drops it and gets fouled. So he has the and one opportunity. Knights replacing several. 3 of 5 being replaced. So looks like Strickland is in, as well as Schreiber. Inbound, and so the free throw is up and good. So 3 points right there for Hesser. Fields gets it across the timeline for the Knights. 45-16, Warriors with the lead. Driving across, but stolen away by Shada. Puts it up and is able to get it in for 2. Fadeaway jumper, able to get that to drop for 2. Brigham driving in. Just off the mark. Right there by the Warriors. Rebound by the Knights. Picks it up. Gets it over to Schraber. Underneath the Stricklet. Stricklet looking for help. Hands it off to Schraber. Schraber gets it to Thiels. Thiels drives into the paint. A three-point attempt on the far side and is able to get that one to sink with Snyder. Simons gets back out to Brigham. Brigham drives into the paint with a jumper and is able to get that to drop for two. Snyder for the Knights gets across the timeline. Heads to the top of the key. To the far side to Thiels. Thiels, hands off. And stolen by Hesser. Hesser drives in and is able to put the easy layup in for two. Another pass, almost stolen by Brigham, picked up by the Knights. A three-point just a little bit hard. Rebound by Snyder as he tries to go up, gets fouled. So that's the second team foul. That's a shooting foul, so that is sending Snyder to the free throw line. No, maybe not. They're not counting that as a shooting foul, so that is the third personal foul for Dylan Simons. The Knights inbound to the right wing. Gets across to the left wing. At the top of the key, crack back over to the right wing, driving into the paint, puts it up, and is able to get that one to drop for two. That is Thiels. Glock on the near side with a three-point attempt, and it drops as well. 54-23. Looking for help, gets it back over to Wibble. Wibble sends it across to Snyder. Snyder drives into the paint, back out, loses control, bounce pass underneath. Fade away, jumper able to get that one to drop for two. Here's Alderhoff. With that, the Knights take a timeout, and we will as well. Coming out of the timeout, Warriors with the ball. Send it in to Simons. Simons getting across the timeline. Looking for help, sends it over to Glock. Glock with a three-point attempt, and that one rims out. Rebound by Thiels. Driving into the paint was Wibble, not able to get that one to go. Hesser trying to rebound and gets knocked out of bounds. Stays with the Knights. (54-25), Warriors with the lead. Inbound to Alderhoff. Driving into the paint and with a hook shot able to get that one to drop in for two. Warriors get it over to Simons. Simons gets across the timeline on the right wing. Picks up, looking to send it in, gets all the way across to Christian. Then Raby tries to put it up, but bounces out. Rebound by the Knights. Knights try to put it up and able to put that one in. Titus with the two on that one. Timeout called by the Warriors as just get her out across the timeline as they're looking to slow the Knights down as they're trying to slow the gap. 54-29. So 16-point separation. At one point in time, it was closer to a 25-point separation. So the Knights have been working hard to get back into this game. Again, the winner of this game plays the Falcons tomorrow at 6 o'clock right here at DC West Gym. And the winner of that game goes into district finals and potentially off to state. Warriors send it in. Get it to Raby. Raby sends it back across Simons at the top of the key. Gets it to Christian. Christian gets it underneath the Glock. Glock back over to Raby. Raby's shot gets blocked. Rebound by the Knights. At the top of the key, Knights get it over to Saul. Saul drives into the paint. And as he's going in, he gets fouled. It's a third team foul. Simon's third personal foul, team's third foul. Kaminsky comes in for Brigham, or Brigham and Kaminsky come in. The inbound, stolen by Brigham, goes in for the layup and is able to get that one to drop for two. Fields gets it over to Burke. Burke picks up the ball, looking for help. Back to the top of the key with Wibble. Wibble hands it off to Snyder. Snyder back to Thiels. Thiels gets it over to Wibble. Back to the far side to Burke, trying to get it in underneath. Pass underneath. Odoroff gets fouled. And that is Shader that gets called for the foul. That's his second personal foul, fourth team foul. Minute 46 left in the third period. Knights looking to inbound, go to the left wing. Drives into the paint with a jumper and is able to get that one to drop. Snyder able to get the two. Brigham crosses the timeline, goes to the near side to Hesser. Hesser back to Brigham. Brigham gets to Kaminsky. Kaminsky looks to drive and hands off to Brigham. Brigham gets it into Shada. Shada back to Hesser. Shada gets called for the illegal screen. That's his third personal foul. Fifth team foul. So now the Knights in bonus territory. Trying to drive across the paint. Sends it to Willow. Willow hands it in. And Burke with a three-point attempt, and that rims out. Rebounded by Snyder. Snyder gets another three-point attempt over to Willow. Rebound by Kaminsky. Kaminsky for the Warriors on the near side. Regains control and battle for the ball that's loose. Back to Hesser. Hesser sends it forward. Looking for help, back out to Hesser. Hesser gets fouled. And Snyder, that's his second personal foul, third team foul. 30 seconds left of the third period, 56-31. Warriors get to inbound underneath their own basket. Gets into to Simons. Simons gets it back over to Christian. Christian, a couple dribbles, hands it off to Simons. Simons moving to the top of the key, 17 seconds. Kaminsky back to Simons. Simons to Glock to the near side, back to Simons at the top. Simons driving into the paint, puts it up, and not able to get it to drop. Rebound by the Knights, but Hesser is able to steal it and get the buzzer shot, but just not able to get that one to drop. And that is the fourth period. Now we're about ready to start the fourth period. And the Warriors lead 56-31. A winner again of this game plays the Falcons tomorrow at 6 o'clock. And you can watch that right here on bsdnlive.com. Click on the DC West link or go to WDC Any Media on YouTube. Three periods complete. 8 minutes away to find out who continues on tomorrow. Will the Warriors be able to hold on, or are the Knights coming back? Both teams fighting really hard. Warriors get the ball at the to inbound the ball at the beginning of the fourth period. Simons to inbound to Brigham. Brigham gets it back across the timeline, sends it back to Simons. Hesser in the corner, right wing. Simons in the right corner, drives it in. Hesser in the right wing. Hesser drives into the paint, puts it up, and it brims out. Rebound by Otterhoff. Gets it forward to Snyder. Snyder, double team, gets a bounce pass in. Able to get it over. And then Otterhoff not able to get that one to drop in. Simons with the rebound. Nice passing over to Hesser, who is able to get that one to drop for two. 58-31, 7:19 left in the game. Snyder gets across the timeline for the Knights. To the right corner. Bounce pass stolen by Brigham. Brigham slows it up at the top of the key. Picks it up, gets it over to Shada. Back to Brigham, back to Simons on the right wing. Shada tries to drive in, goes underneath, but he is called for an offensive foul. So that turns over to the Knights. Shada's fourth personal foul, 6:50 left. So he has foul trouble right there. Knights taking a little time. Will getting across the timeline. Drives across the paint, goes to the near side. Sends it out to the top. Snyder gets it over to Sale. Saul tries to go in, but rebound by Simons. Simons gets it to Kaminsky with a three-point attempt. And rebound by Otterhoff. Otterhoff gets it over to Wilbel. Wilbel getting across the timeline, sends it to the near side for Thieves. Thieves gets it in to Saul, able to get it in for two. Brigham across the timeline for the Warriors. The right wing to Shada. Shada gets it in to Kaminsky. Kaminsky looking to set up an offense. Three-pointer, and is able to get that one to drain. That is Eli Shada. Wilbel across the timeline, looking for help. He's able to get it over to Thiels. Thiels back to Wilbel. Three-point attempt from the near side is good by Saul. And that's a timeout. 5:32 left of the game. Warriors over the Knights, 61-36. Knights took a timeout, a full timeout, so we will take a break as well right here on bsdnlive.com and WDC Any Media on YouTube. Knights took a timeout. They only have 2 timeouts left of the game. Warriors leading 61-36. Warriors with the ball. Shada inbounds to Brigham. Brigham getting across the timeline. Hands off to Kaminsky, back to Shada. Shada to Brigham. Brigham to Kaminsky. Kaminsky to Shada to Brigham. All at the top of the key. Looking to drive in to Glock. Glock on the right wing, back out to Kaminsky at the top. Kaminsky over to Brigham on the right wing. 3-point attempt. Able to drain that one easily. The Knights getting in underneath to Stricklet. Stricklet, turnaround jumper, and that one's too strong. Shada with the rebound. Sends it forward to Brigham. Brigham across the paint to Shada. Looked at the 3. Back to Brigham at the top. Brigham, turnaround jumper, and is too strong. Bounces out. Turnover to the Knights. The Knights send it forward. Not able to get it to go up. Rebound. Third attempt is able to go up by Strickland. Kaminsky with the ball. Driving underneath. Gets it back out with a 3-point attempt, and by Glock. That one rims out. And they're going to call the foul against Shada. That's his 5th personal foul. So he fouls out with 4:13 left in the game. Warriors leading 64-38. Knights with the ball as they're about to inbound. Snyder, let's see, who is that? That is Snyder inbounds to Burke. Burke gets it back over to the far side. Stricklet underneath, looking to drive in, puts it up, and gets fouled on his way up. So he's going to the foul line. The first personal foul for Carson Kelly. That's the 3rd team foul for the 4th period. 4:02 left. First free throw is up, and that one rims out. He has one more attempt. It's up, and that one rims out. Rebound by Brigham. Brigham takes it across the timeline. Goes across to Raby. Raby sends it back out to Kelly. Kelly back out to Raby. Raby goes in and tries to put it up and gets fouled. And that's going to send him to the free throw line for 2 attempts. So that's the 3rd personal foul for Jack Burke. First attempt is up and good. 65-38. Warriors with a lead. 3:47 left of the game. Second attempt up, and that one's short. Rebound by the Knights. Knights get across the timeline. Saul looking to drive in, puts it up, and it is tipped away by the Warriors. Kelly gets it over to Christian. Christian back over to Kelly. Kelly at the top of the key, looking to drive in. Into the paint, and stolen away, stripped away. Going in, Thiels for the layup. The rebound is by Burke. And as he goes up, gets fouled. That's a 4th team foul for the Warriors, and the first personal foul by Kimberling. So Jackson Kimberling gets a foul. First attempt is up and good. Burke gets the second attempt. It's up, and that one is good as well. Warriors get it into Raby. Raby gets it across the timeline. Goes to the far side. Sends it over to Kimmerling. Kimmerling picks it up, looking for help. Gets it into Christian. Christian back out to Raby comes over to Kelly on the near side, and Glock with a 3-point and is able to drain that one. And that comes up. So some substitutions coming in. 68-40. Knights looking to drive in. And Theus goes up, not able to get it to drop, but does get fouled on the way in. So that's the 5th team foul. And the first, Wansner gets his first personal foul for the Warriors. 5th team foul. First attempt up and bounces around and drops in. Fields, second attempt. It's up, and that one rims out. Goes out of bounds, off of, so it looks like that one goes off of Gigstad out of bounds, so it stays with the Knights. 2:39 left of the game, 68-41. Bounces it in. Gets it over to Thiels. Thiels sends it to Saul. Saul drives in. Back out with a 3-point attempt by Smith. Rebound is by Hancock. Hancock in the game now. Battling gets it forward and through the hands of Gigstad, out of bounds. Turnover to the Knights. Simon coming in. Smith with the ball, hands it off to Saul. Saul gets it over to Thiels. Smith with a short 3-point attempt. Rebound by the Warriors by Kelly, sends it forward. Wansner gets called for the travel, so turnover to the Knights. Minute 56 left of the game, 68-41. Knights getting their setup in. Fields getting across the line, goes up the paint and drives in. Not able to get it to drop. Rebound by Simon. Simon gets it over to Hancock. Hancock at the top of the key. Hands it over, 3-point attempt, and that is short. Rebound by the Knights. Knights send it to the left wing, back to the top of the key. Smith back out. Smith on the left wing gets it over to Thiels. Thiels. Bounce pass underneath, and it is stripped away by Gigstad. Gigstad sends it over to Hancock. Hancock on the near side, back to the top of the key. And driving in, Wansner able to drop it in for 2. 70-41, less than a minute left. Knights at the top of the key, driving into the paint, and not able to get that one to drop. Turnover, the Warriors able to drive in. Too hard on the layup. Knights with a nice pass forward and easy up for 2. Both teams still playing very hard with 28 seconds left. On the near side. Wansner, but sends it all the way out to Kemmerling. Kemmerling. 11 seconds left of the game. They pull back. Do they just dribble this one out? Looks like that's what's going to happen. They're just dribbling this one out. That is the game. Warriors win 70-43 over Mount Michael Knights. Warriors continue on. They'll play tomorrow against the Falcons starting at 6 o'clock. You can find that right here on bsdnlive.com. Click on the DC West link. And again, thank you to all the sponsors for DC West, for Wahoo, for being a part of our broadcast. And that's going to wrap things up here as we are getting ready for continuation of coverage for district basketball. Again, tomorrow, the Falcons take on the Warriors at 6 o'clock.